She's quirky, she's whimsical. Phoebe Buffay is actually the best friend. Can I convince you? Let's find out. Hi everyone, I'm Rosie Blythe. I'm the author of the Princess Guide to Life book series, and on this channel we talk about everything from money to books to dogs, and this is part of my little mini series on Friends and why each of the characters is both the best and the worst. So I gave Phoebe a pretty hard time in the last video, but she really does have a fantastic side to her, and that's what I want to talk about today. So Phoebe, particularly in the early seasons, she's sort of characterised by her hippy-dippy, peace not war kind of attitude, and she's quite a strongly moral person. You know, she's set up as she's vegetarian.
Why, it's dinner for 6, 5 steaks and an eggplant for Phoebe.
Which in the 90s wasn't as mainstream as it is now. I have friends who say that being vegan now is like being vegetarian in the 90s. It's like, it's, you know, there are options, but it's still seen as quite unusual, whereas I think vegetarian isn't really even seen as unusual these days. And Phoebe does develop over the seasons, but she, you know, she starts out, she's so shocked at herself when she calls someone a bitch.
She's walking, she's walking, she's going for the pizza. Hey, that's not for you, bitch!
That's kind of where we're at with her morality in the beginning. She does change quite a lot.
Jingle bitch screwed me over.
And actually, this isn't necessarily bad. Maybe it's just her learning to assert herself.
Hell, go to hell, go to hell.
So to illustrate Phoebe's strong sense of morality, we have this whole storyline very early on in the first season when Phoebe gets money deposited in her bank account by mistake. And she's the only one who just couldn't live with herself as she kept it, which I think makes her extremely unusual.
And there's $500 extra in my account.
Oh, Satan's minions at work again?
Yes, because now I have to go down there and deal with them.
What are you talking about? Keep it.
It's not mine. I didn't earn it. If I kept it, it would be like stealing.
Yeah, but if you spent it, it would be like shopping.
Okay. Let's say I bought a really great pair of shoes. Do you know what I'd hear with every step I took? Not mine, not mine, not mine.
And she's genuinely annoyed when they give her even more.
Dear Ms. Buffay, thank you for calling attention to our error. We have credited your account for $500. We're sorry for the inconvenience and hope you'll accept this football phone as our free gift. Do you believe this? Now I have $1,000 and a football phone.
So she really doesn't see money as valuable in itself, and she would rather give it away to someone who needs it more than she does.
I also have something else for you.
Saltines?
No, but would you like $1,000 and a football phone?
What?
She's not somebody who's all like hashtag be kind. She actually does the stuff and doesn't necessarily talk about it. So she gives money to homeless people. She knows what it's like to be in that position. In a much later season, Phoebe initially wants to give away a substantial amount of money to help the poor.
I heard the weddings are like a $40 billion a year industry.
But really, it does seem like this money could be put to better use.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Now, how would you feel if we gave all the wedding money to charity and we just got married at City Hall?
I actually think she's justified in keeping it in the end because she does deserve to have the wedding, which would have seemed like an impossible dream for her when she was growing up.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I've made my decision. What I really want is a great big wedding. Oh, yay!
But it's interesting how her character has evolved over the decade of shows. It's not necessarily a bad thing. You could argue that she's actually grown as a person to be able to accept that she's allowed to have nice things. Although, come to think of it, her wedding actually ends up being pretty homemade, which proves that in the end, she really doesn't need a lot of money to be happy. She's got it all sussed. I kind of feel like the writers didn't always know what to do with Phoebe. She was kind of like the odd one out in a way. So it was just like, oh, she's this crazy hippie, what can we do with her? So they basically just threw random storylines at her, and one was her making a video for her song Smelly Cat.
Smelly cat, smelly cat.
Oh my God. Listen, you are not going to believe this, but that is not me singing on the video.
So what are you gonna do?
Well, I can't work with people who would do this.
Sure.
I mean, this poor woman.
What woman?
The voice woman, you know? I mean, she has a great voice, but she doesn't have a video.
Okay, Phoebes, but what about you?
Well, I have a video. You have to pay attention.
So rather than feeling super insulted that they didn't think her voice was good enough, like I think most people would, she immediately thinks of the other person, like, oh, there's someone out there who sounds fantastic but doesn't fit the look, so she's not getting a chance to make her video, and I'm benefiting from like pretty privilege.
No, this voice woman, she's so talented, but according to the producer people, they said like she doesn't have like the right look or something, you know? I mean, it's like, she's like one of those animals at the pound who like nobody wants because they're not pretty enough, or, you know, like some old dog who's just kind of like stinky and, oh my God, she's smelly cat.
So Phoebe sees things in a different way than most people do, and she is actually pretty unselfish in a lot of ways. And she refuses to sell out for money. I mean, she kind of does later when she joins the corporate massage thing, but she is at least kind of doing what she wants to. She's just getting the protection of working for a company rather than just working by herself, which is always tough. But she's not going to sell out and just allow her voice or her songwriting skills to be used on just anything.
I played Smelly Cat for the people in my old ad agency. They went nuts.
No, look, I told you that I didn't want you to try and sell it, and you big fat did it anyway. All right, if the most important thing on the planet to you is this cat poopy thing, then okay, you can have Smelly Cat, but we won't be partners. So what's it gonna be?
Smelly Cat, Smelly Cat.
Problem odor in the litter box? Don't change your kitty.
She really sticks to her guns with this. She's not gonna just do anything for the money. Phoebe is probably the most philosophical of the group. She actually thinks really deeply about stuff, and that informs her life choices. So not only does she care about animals and not want to eat them,
Phoebe doesn't eat turkey.
Phoebe?
Turkeys are beautiful, intelligent animals.
No, they're not. They're ugly and stupid and delicious.
she also cares about trees, which I'm sure lots of people would scoff at, but who knows. That spiritual side means that Phoebe lives her whole life according to her own moral code.
Unless you want to spend the night in the slammer, you apologize to the tree.
Oh, that's one of the old ones. He's just taking it to the back.
You keep the old ones in the back? That is so ageist.
And it also leads her to question stuff like how to make an altruistic act purely unselfish.
There's no unselfish good deeds, sorry.
Yes, there are. There are totally good deeds that are selfless.
Well, may I ask for one example?
Yeah, it's, you know, there's... No, you may not.
She doesn't just want to talk about being a good person, she wants to really do it.
Hey, Joey. I just wanted to let you know that I found a selfless good deed. I went down to the park and I let a bee sting me.
What? What good is that going to do anybody?
Well, it helps the bee look tough in front of his bee friends.
So Phoebe consistently looks out for other people's feelings. I mean, she always has this special bond with Joey, so she's going to pretty much do anything to look after him. I know a lot of people hate the Joey learning French episode.
Je m'appelle Claude.
Je t'appelle Blue.
But come on, it makes you laugh, doesn't it? So she really takes care of him with this. She does her damnedest to try and teach him. He is unteachable.
Okay, let's try it one syllable at a time. Okay, so repeat after me. Je m'appelle.
Pelle.
Great. Okay, faster. Je m'appelle.
Pelle.
Je m'appelle.
Me poo-poo.
But she doesn't want him to A, make a complete fool of himself, and B, probably get blacklisted by that particular casting director. So she comes up with the most plausible story that she can, and she does try her best to save Joey in this situation.
Excuse me. I am Regine Philange. I was passing by when I heard this man speaking the regional dialect of my French town of Estée Lauder. C'est mon petit frère. Il est un peu retardé. Si vous pouviez jouer le jeu avec lui.
Good job, little buddy.
I'm not sure who's unreasonable out of Joey and Phoebe when Joey wants to date her sister. I mean, it was insensitive of Joey. He didn't get why she would be upset by that, but at the same time, like, why does she care that much? Like, if she wants Joey, she should just ask him out or whatever. But she does her best to protect Joey again from her sister being mean.
So, what's the deal with you and Joey? Oh, right. He is so great. But that's over. Does he know? Who? Joey. You know, he's really nutsy about you. He is? Why? You got me. Listen,
Oh, no, don't say listen. I know that listen. I've said that listen.
you know, you're gonna be really, really hard to get over.
I know. Phoebe?
Yeah.
I think when she gets to play Joey's agent, I think this was just like, let's let Lisa Kudrow show off her acting skills, because she is amazing at just like taking on really different personas really quickly. And obviously her character Phoebe is very good at this.
You know, the casting director told her I missed my chance.
Well, that is unfair. I'll call her. I'll tell her it was totally my fault.
Phoebe, you can't do that. The casting director doesn't talk to friends. She only talks to agent.
Hi, this is Caitlin from Phoebe Buffay's office. Is Anne there for Phoebe? She'll know what it's about.
Hang on.
Annie! Hi. Listen, we've got a problem with Joey Tribbiani. Apparently he missed his audition. Who did you speak to in my office? Estelle? No, I don't know what I'm going to do with her. No. All right, so your husband leaves you and then burns down the apartment. The world does not stop.
Is anybody else scared?
Right. Well, look, if Joey loses this audition, then that is it for Estelle. I don't care. Annie, you are a doll.
So I think this was just like, yeah, let's just let a great actress show off her stuff. But she does do her best to try and get him really good jobs. But then when he gets rejected, she doesn't want to tell him exactly why.
Listen, that TV movie I went in for, did you hear anything? I think I got a shot at it.
Yes, they called. You didn't get it. Okay, I mean, you didn't get it. I'm sorry. I quit, okay?
No,
Quit.
no, you can't quit. You're the best agent I ever had. Look, Phoebes, rejection is part of being an actor. You can't take it personal.
Not personal? Really? Well, they said they'd never met an Italian actor with a worse Italian accent.
They actually said that?
Yeah, oh God, there's that face again. See, I can't do this job.
No, see, this is why you have to do this job. Agents always lie. You know, Estelle just says stuff like, they went another way. But this, I can use this. I kind of work on a you accente.
Yeah, okay, no, if it helps you, okay. Yeah, we got some more good rejections, lots of stuff to work on.
Okay, shoot.
Okay, the zoo commercial.
I didn't get it?
No, they said that you weren't believable as a human being.
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. Did you just make all that stuff up to get out of being my agent?
Oh, you caught me. I am so busted.
That's what I suspected.
He can't make himself be a better actor. She tries to soften the blow. So she does always want to protect people's feelings. This is kind of Phoebe being blunt when she needs to be. I think it was really admirable of Phoebe to tell Rachel when Paolo came onto her, because I think in situations like this, it's very difficult. Most people are just going to shoot the messenger and probably stay with that person and then never speak to you again if you're the one who's broken that bad news to them.
Paolo made a pass at me.
And we talked about this in Why Rachel is the Best Character. I think she was great to just believe Phoebe and not be like, oh, what did you do to encourage him? But Phoebe was brave to tell Rachel this. And also Phoebe puts herself out for Rachel again when she warns her that Ross and Jill are getting on a little bit too well.
I think there's something you should maybe know.
Well, it better not be about the apartment pants, because I just pitched the idea to my boss at Ralph Lauren and she loved it.
No, it's just I was with Ross and Jill after you left, and I'm pretty sure I saw a little spark between them.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably nothing, but I just wanted to warn you that there might be something there.
With Ross and Jill?
Yeah.
With Ross and my sister?
She didn't need to tell Rachel that. She could have just turned a blind eye and been like, oh really? Oh wow, no, I didn't see that coming. But she does tell her, and I think it's really important for friends to be honest in that way and just let people know when there's a situation that you might find a bit iffy that you might want to look at. Even if it makes them feel a bit uncomfortable, I think that's a great value to have in a friend. And also, Phoebe puts herself out for this guy she's never met that she calls she momentarily thinks it might be Chandler.
I don't need any toner because I'm gonna kill myself.
Why do you want to kill yourself?
I've been working for 10 years now at this meaningless, dead-end job, and nobody here even knows that I exist.
Chandler?
But, you know, she's in a telemarketing job. Like, how often do people care about someone that they speak to in that way? She hunts him down and she wants to just take care of him and make sure that he's okay.
Sorry, I don't know any Earl.
I'm right here!
I'm Phoebe.
Phoebe? The lady who sells toner?
Look, you can't kill yourself.
Look, I really appreciate you coming down.
No, I can't let you do it.
Why?
Because it was fate that made me call you today.
I thought it was toner.
No, think about it, okay? This isn't even my regular job, okay? And my first day on the job, you're my first call. And somebody else might have hung up on you, but I wouldn't do that because I know about this stuff. My mom killed herself.
Really?
Yes.
How?
I'm not gonna give you tips. Look, don't you see that this all came together so that I could stop you from doing this?
Couldn't it just be a coincidence?
No, it's fate.
And, you know, we need more people like Phoebe who will be actually put that extra little bit of effort in. I think a lot of people would like to describe themselves as like, oh, I'm such a caring person. But how many people would actually do that? I don't think many, but Phoebe does.
Frank Jr. and Alice got married.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and they're gonna have a baby. And they want me to grow it for them in my uterus.
And I think this kind of selflessness comes up again and again. So when her brother asks her to be a surrogate, she doesn't really think through how potentially painful it could be for her. And I'm talking emotional, not just like childbirth.
What did you tell them?
Well, they said that I had to think about it first, but what is there to think of? I'm gonna be giving someone the greatest gift you can possibly give.
You're gonna carry their child and get them a Sony PlayStation?
Or at least if she does think about that, it's just like weighing it up. It's like, well, of course I'm going to do this thing.
Honey, this really is an incredible thing to do for them, but there are things to think about.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be pregnant. I mean, pregnant.
I know.
Phoebes, you're talking about putting your body through an awful lot. I mean, morning sickness, labor, and it's all for somebody else.
Yeah, what's your point?
Well, the stuff I just mentioned.
I'm going to put that ahead of my own feelings of like, I'm going to spend months of my life pregnant for someone else with multiple children. I'm not even going to get to benefit from having those cute little babies. I'm just going to be their special aunt. I think she does weigh up the pros and the cons of that pregnancy, and she's just like, well, of course, I'm going to help my brother and his wife.
Oh, who's this little guy? Oh, he's so cute. He reminds me of my old dog, Tumor. Oh.
You are so precious, I could just take you home.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, why don't you?
Are you serious?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Oh, thanks.
What are you doing?
No, I'm really okay with this. You know why? Because look at them. Look how happy they are. And I made that, so, you know. I know it's going to be like 1,000,000 times harder to give up a baby, but oh my God. It's going to feel like 1,000,000 times better, right? I want to do this. I want to carry your baby.
Oh. And this is a brother she didn't grow up with. She's not like super close to him, but she wants to be. She wants to make that family connection with him.
A year and a half ago.
ago, I didn't even know I had a brother. Now I have a sister, too.
And I know surrogacy is a little bit more controversial these days. I think people are kind of thinking more deeply about how that can affect the child, to be taken away from, you know, the voice and the scent that they're familiar with, to be given to someone else. But I think Phoebe just sees it purely as a selfless act. We have this whole conversation about, like, is there anything truly selfless?
What about you having those babies for your brother? Talk about selfish.
What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, it was a really nice thing and all, but it made you feel really good, right?
Yeah, so?
Well, it made you feel good, so that makes it selfish.
But I think Phoebe does consciously try to do selfless acts, and she does try to be a really good person.
This is weird what's happening with her and Ross. You know, yesterday he asked me to fix him up with somebody.
Oh my God, Rachel asked me if I knew anyone for her, too.
Why are they doing this?
I don't know. They're so perfect for each other. It's crazy. Just wish they'd realize they should be together.
I know. And when they move back in together, I figure, you know, that's where things are headed.
I know. They should be a family. They should get married and have more children.
Yes, and they should name one of their kids Joey.
So Phoebe is actually key to getting Ross and Rachel together. At several times, she is the one person who actually says to them, why aren't you together? And I think a lot of times in situations like this, where everyone can kind of see that two people maybe should be together, or they at least need to give it a try, a lot of people aren't going to bother to talk to them about it. They're just going to keep those thoughts to themselves, or talk with each other like, oh, why aren't they together? It's so crazy. But they won't do anything about it. Whereas Phoebe actually says point blank to them, what are you doing? Why aren't you together?
Look at Emma.
Just can't decide who she looks more like, you or Rachel.
Oh, what are you kidding? She's gorgeous. It's all Rachel.
I'm sorry. For the last time, why aren't you two together again? No, I know, because you're not in that place. Which would be fine, except you totally are.
It's complicated, okay?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you love her, you always have. You have a child together. There's no right answer.
Look, we've been together, okay? And then apart, and then together, and then apart. And now we have a baby. It's just, if we got together again and it didn't work out, I can never do that to Emma. I mean, she came into this world thinking everything. Oh, that's now me. What, do they put something in the water in this place? It's just Rachel and I, we're doing really well right now.
I know. And if you try to make it more, you might wreck it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Or you might get everything you wanted since you were 15.
And, you know, it's obvious to everyone, including Ross's mum.
I actually needed to talk to you before the birth.
Okay, what's up?
I've brought something that I want to give you, assuming, of course, that you want it.
Nobody ever kind of sits either Ross or Rachel down and is like, you need to just do this, just go for it, just take the risk. Except for Phoebe, she's the only one.
You, Bill, Ross, and Emma are going to be so happy together. What were you thinking?
I don't know. He was cute and he liked me. It was an impulse.
But what about Ross? What about your moment? Don't you want to talk to Ross about it?
No, because I know exactly how the conversation's going to go.
And this is like across the series, she talks to them several times. And kind of talks them into just taking that step, taking the action that they need to progress the relationship. So there are times when Phoebe seems to actively discourage Ross and Rachel, but only when the circumstances seem to mean that it's over. She doesn't want them to get hurt or hurt each other.
This exact same thing happened to my roommate Denise. She moved in with a guy who was secretly married to her, and he said he didn't love her, but he really did, and it just blew up. And that's how she ended up living with me.
But Phoebe just being a sounding board for Rachel is what makes her realise she's still in love with Ross.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Someone I was still in love with was getting married.
Still in love with?
Yeah.
I'm not in love with Ross.
Oh. No. Good. Yeah, me neither.
Phoebe, I'm not going to Ross's wedding because he's my ex-boyfriend, and that would be really uncomfortable. Not because I'm still in love with him. I mean, hey, you know, I like Ross as much as the next guy. You know, clearly I have feelings for him, but feelings don't mean love. You know, I mean, I still have loving feelings for Ross, you know. Yeah! But I have continuing feelings of love, but that doesn't mean that I'm still in love with him, you know? I mean, I have sexual feelings for him, but I do love him. Oh my God.
And yeah, so crashing his wedding didn't quite go to plan, but it still sets his life on a completely different path. Would Ross and Emily have split up sooner or later? Yeah, probably, because they were totally incompatible. But by that time, Rachel might have forced herself to get over him and she could have been with someone else. And while Phoebe doesn't exactly encourage Ross to pursue Rachel when he does start feeling those feelings again...
I would love to live with you, Ross. That's great. Thank you.
I'm just glad I could, help you out.
Wow, I'm so happy for you guys. This is so not stupid.
She is the one who persists in making him realise that he does in fact love Rachel when he's in denial.
I'm talking about that which you already know but won't admit. You know, that you love her again. You re-love her.
And I think if it wasn't for Phoebe kind of pointing out to them, like, you do feel this, stop pretending that you don't feel it, I wonder if they would have actually ended up together or not. And I know a lot of people don't like them together at the end, but come on, they're each other's lobsters.
See? He's her lobster.
So it seems only fitting that Phoebe is the one who gets Ross to the airport and delays Rachel just long enough for her to get off that plane.
So you just let her go?
Put my cab's downstairs. I'll drive it to the airport.
Guys, wish me luck.
Hooray!
God, Phoebe, slow down!
Do you want to get to Rachel in time?
Yes, but I don't want to die in your cab.
You should have thought of that before you got in.
There's no way we're going to make it in time.
She's got her cell. You could call her.
I am not doing this over the phone.
You don't have any other choice. No, you have to get off the plane.
What? Why? I have this feeling that something's wrong with it. Something is wrong with the left phalange.
Where you going? Okay, I have to get off this plane, okay? Her friend has a feeling something's wrong with the left phalange. What's going on? We're all getting off. There is no phalange.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, okay.
Excuse me, sir, do you have a boarding pass?
No, I just have to talk to someone.
I'm sorry, you cannot go any further without a boarding pass.
No, but you know...
Oh my God, what are you guys doing here? Okay, you're on.
But Phoebe doesn't kind of stick slavishly to being a Ross and Rachel stan. She does also encourage Ross to go for it with Charlie. She's just like, why wouldn't you?
Hey, Ross. So listen, about you and the dinosaur girl, are you really just gonna let a couple of Nobel Prizes scare you off? What is that? Come on, the piece of paper?
It's actually $1 million prize.
Go, Charlie. But my point is, okay, so she dated them, but she also broke up with them. Maybe she's looking to, slum it with some average Joe PhD. You're so much more than just brains. You are sweet and kind and funny.
And sexy.
Okay, we'll give her a chance to see all that.
And it's funny because, like, I know we talked about in Why Phoebe's the Bad Friend, she is very much down on Monica and Chandler together, but she's pretty encouraging to everyone else about their relationships. So yeah, she encourages Ross to be like, have more confidence in himself.
Ross, it's not that big a deal. So you'll have been divorced 3 times. You'll still have a life. You'll go on dates.
No, I won't. I'll be at the bottom of the dating barrel now. The only guys below me will be 4 divorce guy, a murderer guy, and geologists.
Ross, you're being ridiculous, okay? You are cute and smart and sweet, and that is much more important than 3 stupid divorces. Nobody cares about this except you. This embarrassment thing is all in your head.
And we will come back to Phoebe's brutal honesty later.
So Phoebe is all about the self-improvement. She's the one who gets the self-help book and kind of creates a little mini book club for the girls so that they can learn how to channel their wind or whatever it is.
Hey. Oh, so, did you read the book?
Oh my God. It was incredible.
Didn't it like totally speak to you?
Whoa. What book is this? Rachel, you have to read this book. It's called Be Your Own Windkeeper. It's about how women need to become more empowered.
Yeah, but there's wind. And the wind can make us goddesses. But do you know who takes our wind? Men. They just take it.
Men just take our wind.
All the time. Because they are the lightning bearers.
Wow. Oh, God. Oh, God. I mean, it's just so...
Isn't it?
I mean, this is like reading about my own life.
I love you, goddesses.
And because she missed out on high school, she really wants to better herself. So like even when she was homeless, she was like, yeah, I'm gonna learn French.
I never got to be in a club. I didn't go to high school. But 3 of us would meet behind a dumpster to learn French. Bonjour.
And she speaks French now. She's pretty much fluent as far as I can tell.
I did not know you spoke French.
Oui, bien sûr, je parle français. Qu'est-ce que tu penses alors?
Oh, you're so sexy.
And all of the others, you know, they probably did French in high school, but I don't think any of them really remember any, or like Joey certainly doesn't know any. So she's obviously a bright person, she's intelligent, she can do these things, but like having that desire to better yourself and to fill in the gaps in your education, I think that's really great.
What are you reading? Wuthering Heights. I'm taking a literature class at the new school, and I have to finish it for the first session tomorrow.
I didn't know you were taking a class. That's so cool.
Yeah, well, I really liked that Lamaze class I took. You know, and I just thought this time I'd go for something, you know, a little more intellectual, with a less painful final exam.
I thought this was going to be something we could do together, you know? I thought it would be fun.
Well, yeah, fun is good, but, you know, I also wanted to learn. You know, people are always talking about what they learned in high school, and I never went to high school.
Oh. Oh, so you really wanted to learn. Yeah, you know, Phoebe, I just wanted to have fun.
And she has principles that she lives by, but she doesn't beat herself up too much if she doesn't always reach them. So she allows herself to eat meat in pregnancy. I think whatever you crave, you should probably have. Like if you know, if your body's telling you to have it, I think you should.
And it doesn't matter how much I'm craving it. You know, I'm never gonna eat meat because it's murder. It's cold-blooded murder.
Okay. There's a Phoebe on my sandwich.
If you're gonna do something wrong, do it right. You feel better now?
Yeah, but at what cost? 6 more months, 3 meals a day. I'm gonna eat like, you know, millions of cows.
Hey, what if I said I could even things out for you, meat-wise?
What?
Well, I eat a lot of meat, right?
Yeah.
But suppose, until the baby's born, I laid off it. No extra animals would die, you'd just be eating my animals.
Joey, I can't believe you would do that for me.
Absolutely.
So I like that she isn't super rigid. She is just like, okay, I'm accepting this about myself. Which leads us on to...
Maybe I am a little high maintenance. And maybe Rachel is a little bit of a pushover. But you know what we decided that you are? Yes, we are very sorry to tell you this, but you, Phoebe, are flaky. Ha!
That's true, I am flaky.
So what, you're just okay with being flaky?
Yeah, totally. Well, I'm flaky, I'll say anything.
I think it's really important for people to know themselves and to know their faults. And it's interesting, like if you ever see like a narcissist being interviewed, no names mentioned, but like if you like a level of criticism at them, they'll say things like, oh yeah, you know, I'm not perfect, but they will never ever specify anything that makes them not perfect. Whereas like someone who isn't narcissistic, you could say like, okay, so what are your flaws? And they'd be able to be like, oh, well, you know, I'm terrible at procrastination, or like I'm always late, or whatever it is. I don't know why I'm thinking these things. I'm always punctual and never waste time. Yeah, those are the ones that came to mind for me. But Phoebe knows herself and she is comfortable with herself. So like if she's flaky, I mean, I don't think she is flaky really. Like, I mean, to me, flaky is someone who like doesn't show up when you've asked them to go to something, or, you know, always ends up like backing out at the last minute or whatever, so you can't rely on them. I don't really see Phoebe being like that. So, I mean, she's kooky, so maybe people kind of assume that she's flaky. But I don't think she is. But anyway, they all think that she is, she agrees, but she's just fine with it. And I think it's really important to be like, yeah, I've got this flaw, maybe I'm working on it, maybe I'll get better at it, but don't hold your breath. And the fact that she's just like, yeah, I look stupid when I run, but who cares? Like, I'm not trying to win like a cool running contest. I'm trying to enjoy myself.
You know, the reason that I didn't want to go running with you is because, well, you know, the way that you run is just a little...
So?
Well, it's embarrassing. People were looking at us like we were crazy.
Why do you care?
Because they're people.
But people that you don't know and will never see again.
Yes, but still, they are people with eyes.
Doing things without worrying too much about how it looks, or doing things not for image, but because you want to do them, because you enjoy them, you're going to get so much more out of life. And yeah, so when she lived on the street, she did some bad things. She mugged people, which is, you know, objectively a terrible thing to do.
Because Phoebe used to mug people.
Seriously? Well, I'm not proud of it, but, you know, sometimes when I was living on the street and I needed money for food and stuff.
But she feels bad about it, and she actually manages to find a positive. So she finds this connection that she has with Ross going back decades. So she's like, oh, that's nice, isn't it, that we have this little connection.
You mugged me?
Yeah, and I'm so sorry, Ross. I'm sorry. But, you know, if you think about it, it's kind of neat. I mean, well, it's just that I've always felt kind of like an outsider. You know, the rest of you have these connections that go way back, and, you know, now you and I have a great one.
It's not the best.
And I think that's a pretty positive way to see things. I think it helps Ross to kind of feel better about the situation as well.
Science boy.
Oh my God. What made you save it all these years?
I guess I just thought it was really good. And maybe it would be worth something one day.
You really thought Science Boy was worth saving?
Well, yeah.
But she generally will just find the optimism in anything. So when Ross says her handwriting is childlike, that makes her feel precious.
Are you angry with me because I said your handwriting is childlike?
No, that made me feel precious.
And I think if you can take any criticism and be like, yeah, oh, that's really sweet, thank you. Just try this, like whatever someone says about you, just see if you can turn it around to something positive. Just think, okay, what would Phoebe make of this? I think living life in this really whimsical way is just going to lead to so much more joy and happiness for everyone. And, you know, when it comes to her wedding, she would rather just get married and have this unforgettable, iconic street wedding that's authentic to her and to Mike than have something perfect on a different day where the vibe is completely different.
Wait.
Wow. Aren't you gonna be cold?
I don't care. I'll be my something blue.
Phoebe isn't interested in dressing like anyone else. This is my Phoebe outfit for the day. I've got the clunky rings and my very childlike bracelet. She always had these hairstyles that looked really kind of intricate from the back, which obviously I couldn't really replicate because you're not going to see the back of my head, but I improvised this. But then I was like, oh, I should wear my hair like this all the time because it feels really fun. I feel like orange was Phoebe's colour as well. She wore a lot of orange and like bright green and that kind of stuff. And also, I think Phoebe, she has this unconventional dating history, including like a green card marriage with the ice skater that she presumed was gay and then turns out not to be.
Phoebes, how can you be married?
Well, I mean, I'm not married, you know? He was just a friend, and he's gay, and he was from Canada, and he just needed a green card.
I can't believe you married Duncan.
You know, I really admire your whole dating attitude. It's so healthy, you know? You just go from guy to guy, having fun, and not worrying that it never turns into anything serious.
And okay, so she does have a little meltdown when it's pointed out to her that she has an unusual approach to dating. But the only problem arises when she lets that insecurity get the better of her. When she accepts herself, she goes on to have a happy ending.
And she does have these moments where she doubts herself, which I think everyone does at some point, don't they? Like, oh, what am I doing? Am I doing life completely wrong? But she just accepts it. So she doesn't have a dating life like everybody else, but that's okay.
And we also see that it's all about perspective.
You're in your 30s and you have never been in a long-term relationship. You know, you go from woman to woman, meaningless experience to meaningless experience, never even worrying that it doesn't turn into something more serious.
You're right. I love my life.
Well, okay, I wasn't rich like you guys, okay? I didn't eat gold and have a flying pony. I had a hard life. My mother was killed by a drug dealer.
Mother killed herself.
She was a drug dealer.
So life really dealt her a bum hand. You know, it sounds like her life was fairly conventional, at least from the outside, until she was in her teens, and then her mum took her life, and then she was on the streets. We don't know where her sister was, and then like her stepfather's in prison and all this kind of stuff. So she's had a really tough time.
A person's wedding is important, and especially to me. Okay, I didn't have a graduation party, and I didn't go to prom. And I spent my sweet 16 being chased around a tire yard by an escaped mental patient who, in his own words, wanted to kill me or whatever.
But she's managed to get herself back on her feet. And as we talked about in the previous video, she does come from a family of pathological liars. She, you know, has an interesting kind of relationship with the truth. So she did not have the best start in life, and you know, she finds out that who she thought was her mum is not her mum, and her biological mum is someone else completely.
I mean, remember how I told you how Lily and Frank and I we were close? Well, we were very close. How close? Well, the three of us, we were kind of a couple.
I don't even know how that would work.
Well,
I'm not asking.
Well, anyhow, somehow I got pregnant, and I was scared. I was stupid and selfish, and I was 18 years old. I mean, you remember what it was like to be 18 years old, don't you?
Yeah. Let's see. My mom had killed herself, and my dad had run off, and I was living in a gremlin with a guy named Cindy who talked to his hand.
And I think she doesn't whinge about her circumstances, really. I know we kind of talked a little bit about how she can be a little bit emotionally blackmaily.
Kathy, really? I've never had any.
Ever?
Well, I think my mother was too busy planning her suicide to provide saltwater treats.
Because her friends are not sympathetic to her life. So we learn that she's had this rough time. She kind of, you know, she's quite matter-of-fact about it. It's just like, yeah, this is what happened.
Well, all right. Originally, I'm from upstate. Then my mom killed herself, and my stepdad went to prison, so I just moved to the city, where I actually lived in a burned-out Buick LeSabre for a while. Which was okay, that was okay, until I got hepatitis, you know, because this pimp spit in my mouth, and but I got over it. And anyway, now I'm a freelance massage therapist, which, you know, isn't always steady money, but at least I don't pay taxes.
And I'm here now, so she does just kind of have that attitude that, like, she's just going to make life what it is. And I think we can all take a leaf out of her book there, because you can get so caught up in thinking about the past and like, oh, this awful thing happened to me, and it's like, well, it's not happening to you right now, is it? So get on with the next step in your life. Just take each day as it comes. Each day is a new start, so don't keep harping on about the past.
Because, you know, life's gonna hand you all kinds of stuff. You know, you learn your little lessons, and hopefully you grow.
And also, she kind of passes on that kindness, so she lets Rachel stay with her when Rachel doesn't have anywhere to go. She is slightly reluctant, and she does, I think, make up a story about having a roommate, but then she's like, no, okay, you can come and live here. And she doesn't actually ever get mad at Rachel for the fact that it was Rachel who burnt the place down.
Well, we determined the cause of the fire.
Yeah, I know, it was my candle, my handle.
No, there was an appliance left on in the bathroom. It looks like a curling iron.
I don't use a curling iron.
Well, someone does.
Don't look at me. My hair's straight. Straight.
Could have been a hair straightener.
Oh.
So she burnt down the apartment that Phoebe had shared with her grandmother, so maybe there were like sentimental things that got burnt. Oh, actually no, the living room was okay, it was just the bedrooms. So, but anyway, she never says like a cross word to Rachel through that whole thing, does she? And I think that's unusually gracious. And I wonder if living on the streets and kind of coming from nothing has given her a different perspective on life. She's just like, you know, it's just stuff, it's just objects. I have a roof over my head, I'm lucky. I've got friends who look after me, I'm really lucky. So I think the whole kind of trajectory of her life has given her a unique perspective, and so she doesn't sweat the small stuff. Also, I wonder if maybe she had a slight premonition that if Rachel came to live there would be disaster. I wonder if that was why she's reluctant to have her live, or maybe she just liked having her space, I don't know. And she's very confident, like she never doubts her own attractiveness, for instance.
And then I would use, you know, the strongest tool at my disposal, my sexuality.
This is Phoebe. Phoebe, can I see you for a second?
Phoebe? That's a great name.
Oh, you like that? You should hear my phone number.
Wow.
What?
I'm sorry, it's just that you're so incredibly beautiful.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm sorry about that too, but what are you gonna do?
I think that's really awesome because so many women in particular, I'm sure there are men who do this too, but like I think it's almost expected that women should be like, oh no, oh I look awful, oh don't take a picture of me, and all that kind of stuff, and like use the filter. And Phoebe's just like, no, this is me, get a load of this, I'm gorgeous. I think that's rare and shouldn't be rare. I think in the wrong hands that could come across as real arrogance, but I think because Phoebe's so kind of cute and quirky, she gets away with it.
Seriously, do I look okay? I'm a little nervous.
Oh, yeah, you look great.
Yeah.
You know, just don't get your hopes up.
Why not?
Well, the interview.
What about it?
You know, you don't make a very good first impression.
So Phoebe is brutally honest, and I always say you need to have a tactless friend. So like if you have a friend who is just a bit too blunt, it can be annoying, like they can say things that hurt your feelings sometimes, but they're only saying what all your other friends are thinking.
Did you like me when we first met?
Chandler, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I am gonna run away from you.
So it's valuable to have a friend like that. You should keep them around. So like when Chandler is preparing for an interview, she is the one who's like, we're going to practice because I know how you come across and it's not good. So I'm going to help you to increase your chances of getting that second interview or getting a call back or whatever it is.
Yes, I mean, when I first met you, you were like, blah, 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 blah. I was like, shh.
What is it that I do?
Well, it's just like you're trying too hard, always making jokes, you know, you come off a little needy. All right, we'll just do our best, okay? So let's say that I'm the interviewer and I'm meeting you for the first time. Okay. Hi, come on in. I'm Regina Phalange.
Chandler Bing.
Oh, Bing. What an unusual name.
Well, you should meet my uncle, Butter. I'll let myself out.
It's so valuable to have a friend who is brutally honest, and Phoebe is that friend. And you know, she says things that are kind of rude, I guess, like she says that Rachel's a pushover and Monica's uptight.
The reason that I was leaning a little bit more toward Rachel than you is just, you know, you're just kind of high maintenance. Okay, let's go to lunch.
That is completely untrue. You think I'm high maintenance? Okay, prove it. I want you to write out a list and we're gonna go through it point by point.
She'll do whatever you want, you know, you can just walk all over her.
Wait a minute, what are you saying, that I'm a pushover? I'm not a pushover.
They get mad at her, and maybe you kind of think like, why say that? But if you know what your flaws are and you're aware that like it's not just you who thinks that but everyone else, it's not just like in your head like, oh, am I a pushover? No one's ever said anything. That means maybe it's time to work on that. Like once you're aware that that is how you come across, you can use that knowledge to change if you want to and improve yourself if you want to. And we know that Phoebe's all about the self-improvement. And also, of course, she helps Monica when she has the catering business. And in fact, it's only because of Phoebe's tough love that Monica even starts taking her catering really seriously.
Why did you have to turn it down?
Because I don't have the money or the equipment to handle something that big on such short notice. There's just no way.
Wow, what is with all the negativity? God, you sound like Monica Can't, not Monica Can. Monica. Look, you know, you have been playing around with this catering thing for over 3 years. Do you want to be a caterer or not?
Because Monica, at that point in her life, is too wimpy to ask for the money that she's earned from these people.
Phoebe, come on, you know what? Let's just go.
No! Hey, we're not leaving till we get paid. I don't know who she thinks she is. Enough is enough. Hey, widow!
Alone and listen to me.
Widow! Excuse me, excuse me! Thanks. Clearly this is a very, very hard time for you. But we provided a service and we deserve to be paid because you ate that service. And we are not leaving here until we are paid every penny. Because you know what, lady? We're part-time caterers and we have no place else to go.
And obviously Phoebe does have that kind of tougher background where she's had to, like, if she didn't advocate for herself, no one else was going to do it. So that kind of comes through, that it's given her that inner strength. And also she gave everyone a funny excuse to use when they don't want to do something. I'd love to go, but I don't want to. Like, how much do you wish you could just say that to people sometimes? Like, when they're like, oh, you should come to this thing. And you're like, I don't have an excuse, but I just don't want to.
Anyway, if you don't feel like being alone tonight, Joey and Chandler are coming over to help me put together my new furniture.
Yes, and we're very excited about it.
Well, actually, thanks, but I think I'm just gonna hang out here tonight. It's been a long day.
Oh, sure, okay, sure.
Hey, Phoebes, you want to help?
Oh, I wish I could, but I don't want to.
Like, if we could just all normalise being this blunt, that would be great.
And she's not above poking a hole in other people's delusions about how hard their lives are, particularly Rachel, who, like many privileged people, forgets how privileged she is.
We were just talking about me not going to Ross's wedding.
Oh.
It just might be too hard given the history and all that.
Wow, this reminds me of the time when I was living on the street and this guy offered to buy me food if I slept with him.
Well, how is this like that?
Well, let's see, it's not really like that, because you see, that was an actual problem, and yours is just like, you know, a bunch of, you know, high school crap that nobody really gives, you know.
Give her a break. It's hard being on your own for the first time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I remember when I first came to this city. I was 14. My mom had just killed herself, and my stepdad was back in prison. And I got here, and I didn't know anybody. And I ended up living with this albino guy who was, like, cleaning windshields outside Port Authority. And then he killed himself. And then I found aromatherapy. So believe me, I know exactly how you feel.
Also, I think I may have out-Phoebe'd Phoebe by adding flowers to this hairstyle.
You know, first thing I did after my mother's funeral was?
What?
Pay the caterer. Look, I've had a lot of jobs, okay? And there are some people who just always try to get out of paying. It's either, you know, that massage wasn't long enough, or I don't recognize any of those songs, or, you know, these sombreros aren't big enough, bad little white girl.
And Phoebe, we've talked, I think I mentioned this in one of the other videos, she is probably the least kind of financially successful of all of the friends, because they all kind of have periods where, like, Joey is a struggling actor, Rachel works in a coffee shop, Monica tries to start her own catering business, but by the end, like, Joey's a successful soap actor, Rachel's incredibly successful in the fashion industry, and Monica's a head chef. But Phoebe just always, she doesn't really progress in her career because, as we've said, she doesn't sell out when she's offered money to do stuff. She's like, no, I'd rather just stick to doing it my way. So, like, at the beginning of the show, she's a masseuse and a busker and maybe does other little bits and pieces. And by the end of the show, she's a masseuse and a busker and does other little bits and pieces. So, but she's happy with that life. And she doesn't really ask for handouts. I think there's one time where she is broke and she asks Joey for, like, a bite of his muffin and a sip of his coffee.
Hey, Joey, can I have a sip of your coffee and a bite of your muffin?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Phoebes, have you ever been bitten by a hungry Italian?
I'm sorry. It's just I'm a little short on cash.
And then just takes it. But apart from that, she really does stand on her own 2 feet, and she's not going to ask anyone to help her out financially. And she's managed to, I don't know how she makes a living. I mean, realistically, I don't think you could necessarily make a living in New York just as a masseuse / busker. But she does all these other jobs. She's a hustler.
And her work ethic means that not only does she scrape a living with massage and music, she also takes lots of random jobs.
I love my office. Since it's Christmas time, I'm going to be one of those people collecting donations.
Oh.
Yeah, I already have my bell, and later on I get my bucket. Oh. Can you see me operating a drill press?
I don't know. What are you wearing?
Phoebes, why would you want to operate a drill press?
Just for some short-term work, you know, so I get back some of my massage clients.
Pirates again?
No, nothing like that. Just such a dummy. I taught this massage yourself at home workshop, and they are.
She also works with her friends, temping for Chandler,
Mr. Bing's office,
being an extra on Joey's show.
Take this tray, you're gonna stand on this yellow mark. You're gonna move on action. You're gonna walk over to the operating table, you're gonna stop on that blue mark, you're gonna put the tray down. Don't walk too fast. But don't dawdle.
Okay, now what?
Even starting a business with Monica.
We should be partners. We should be catering partners. I mean, think about it. You're not working right now, and we have such a great time together.
Okay.
I can cook and you can take care of the money.
Yeah, oh, it'll be like I have a wife in the 50s.
And just to emphasise her selflessness with being a surrogate mum, she's self-employed at that point, so she doesn't get to just take paid time off.
Getting too pregnant for this lugging around a stupid massage table. You know, I have to find a job where I carry a smaller table.
Or a job where you don't have to carry a table.
You mean like a doctor?
Although I believe in the US you generally don't get paid maternity leave anyway, which is shocking to me. But Phoebe is so used to pulling herself up by her bootstraps that she doesn't hesitate to just start looking for different ways to make money. It's just ingrained in her to keep going for it, which I guess is what happens when you've grown up with no choice but to work hard to take care of yourself.
You're here. Okay. Yeah, hi.
What you got there?
Oh, this? Well, I'm glad you asked. Now, don't you hate it when you have to cut a tin can with an ordinary steak knife? Now, I know what you're thinking.
Pregnant woman slays 4?
Phoebe, they didn't make you pay for those knives, did they?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Honey, you're not going to make enough money to help Frank and Alice just by selling knives.
No, I know that, but I just need to make enough money for the second part of my plan.
What's the second part of your plan?
My Saturn dealership. Oh, I did it! I figured out a way to make money. I'm going to open up my own massage place, and Frank's going to help me. And we can work it around his schedule so he doesn't have to quit school.
She's not afraid to try something new, and she, like, her skill set must be very wide. Like, by the end of the show, like, she's done all these different things. So she's pretty multi-skilled and multifaceted that she will try her hand at anything, and she hustles.
And just coming back to this observation that her career doesn't progress in the same way that the others are kind of climbing the ladders in the industries they want to work in. You could see this as a failure on Phoebe's part, but I see it as a huge success, because it tells you that she found the path that was going to bring her happiness at an earlier stage in her life, and she stuck to it. And independence isn't just being able to pay your bills, it's independence of thought. Phoebe doesn't need to be like everyone else. She doesn't need those trappings of success like a big house, a fancy car, the clout of having an impressive resume or pay packet. She has chosen to live life on her own terms, and in my book, that's success. And I mean that quite literally. In my book, The Princess Guide to Life, I talk about this, not just for Phoebe, but for everybody.
And I really love the fact that Phoebe will be the one to speak up when it is uncomfortable. So, for instance, when they go to that dinner, and all the people who have fairly high-paid jobs at that point are just like, yeah, we're all going to just, like, split it 6 ways. Oh, no, 5 ways, we're all paying for Monica. Phoebe is the one who's like, no, I'm not doing that. And it's so difficult because I think we've all been in that situation, haven't we? Where it's like, really? Am I going to be paying for your steak even though I had soup? That doesn't seem fair. And people are so afraid of like coming across as like being tight-fisted. And it's like, well, it's not tight to only want to pay for the stuff that you ate. It's tight to ask someone else to pay for your stuff, you know? And Phoebe's the one who's brave enough to say it for everybody else, and it helps them out and it opens up the communication with everyone.
$33.50 a piece.
No, no way. Sorry, not gonna happen.
Whoa, prom night flashback.
sorry, Monica. I'm really happy you got promoted, but cold cucumber mush for 30-something bucks? No. Rachel just had that little salad, and Joey with his, like, teeny pizza. It's just...
Okay, Phoebes. How about we'll each just pay for what we had, okay? It's no big deal.
Not for you.
And I think that independent spirit, that like being the first one to say, no, I'm not going to subsidise your meals, actually, that emboldens Rachel and Joey to say the same.
There's the thing, and then there's the stuff after the thing.
We don't have as much money as you.
Hey, Phoebes. Oh, not anymore. I changed it today.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mrs. Hannigan?
Wrong again. Apparently, you can change it to anything you want. So I thought, all right, here's an opportunity to be creative. So meet Princess Consuela Banana Hammock.
So from now on, we have to call you Princess Consuela.
No, I'm going to have my friends call me Valerie.
And Phoebe is imaginative and whimsical, and it just makes her like a really sort of delightful person to be around. She sees things in a different way than everyone else.
Do you think that your favorite animal says very much about you?
What, you mean behind my back?
And I think sometimes the others kind of get impatient with her, but she really does have a unique view of the world. And just being with somebody like that, sometimes it can really change the way that you see things. And it can make life so much more colourful and exciting.
You know the song. Sing along.
And you see the sort of delightful aspects of things instead of just being bogged down in the boring standard stuff.
I think Phoebe genuinely does think like a child a lot of the time, and it's very innocent and endearing.
Hey, Joey, when you said the deal with Santa Claus, you meant...
That he doesn't exist.
Right.
Wait, how long is Denise gone for?
She said she'd be back December 26th.
Oh, December 26th. Maybe she's Santa Claus.
So we've seen her playing with the dollhouse, for instance.
So I'm here, ready to play.
Okay.
I brought a bunch of stuff for the house. So check it out. Haha.
What's this?
That's a dog. Every house should have a dog.
Not one that can pee on the roof.
Well, maybe it's so big because the house was built on radioactive waste. Dinosaur attack! Quick, everybody into the house! Ah!
All right, Phoebe, you know what? That's it. That's it. All right? No dinosaurs, no ghosts, no giant dogs, okay? They're not the right size, they're not Victorian, and they just don't go.
Like, she wants to let her imagination run wild, and you can see that Monica, being more uptight and restricted, is not okay with that. But Phoebe, I mean, imagine her as a kid. She would have been such a quirky, cool, amazing kid, probably always leading other children into imaginative games, and maybe they didn't get her then either. But it's wonderful that she's actually kept that real sort of childlike curiosity and childlike imagination into adulthood, and not many people manage that.
Hey, let's make cookies!
There is a dark fan theory that she's just like in a mental hospital, like a drug addict or something, and she sees these people and creates a scenario where she's like, yes, I'm best friends with them. But I think that's too sad. I don't agree with that.
One of my favourite Phoebe moments is when Ross offers her a ride in his new car, and she just accepts that lurching back and forth a few times is a ride. And this just sums up her positivity. How could you fail to be happy in life with an attitude like that?
Hey, who's next?
But the thing is with Phoebe, she is successful because she's living the life that she wants to. And like, if you've got enough, you're a millionaire. I think Phoebe does have enough for the things that she wants to do with her life. And she just wants, you know, a simple life, but just an enjoyable one. She doesn't need private jets or designer clothes or any of that crap. She just like wants to have her friends around her and do fun things.
Okay, scarf's done.
And while I was researching this, I found this amazing quote from Lisa Kudrow, and it was about her like finding Phoebe within herself. So Lisa Kudrow says, "It reminds me of my friend from college who had to leave school because her parents thought it was making her irreligious and they didn't want to pay for it anymore. She had to work in a nursing home, but she never got down about it, ever. She found things to love about it. What an attitude. I always admired that and it stuck with me. And I thought that's what Phoebe needs to have. Phoebe doesn't feel sorry for herself at all. I'm actually like, I've got tears in my eyes now. It's a bit embarrassing. I've actually got a little bit choked up talking about Phoebe, and that's a first in one of these videos. What a fantastic attitude to have, and how beautiful that because Lisa Kudrow knew somebody who had that like unbreakable spirit, like I can't do the thing I want to do, I'm being forced to do something else, I'm still going to find a way to make it enjoyable. She was able to bring that into the character of Phoebe and immortalise it, because what an incredible person. I think everyone has to face at some point in life not being able to do or have exactly what you want at that particular moment, but finding a way to enjoy life anyway and not to let those circumstances get you down, no matter how bad they are. That's incredible.
I also saw this little meme and it made me think of Phoebe. She epitomises the art of being whimsical no matter what horrors persist. I also love the way she switches the meaning of pulling a moniker, and it's a reminder for all of us that if someone gives you a label that you don't like, you can just change the meaning in your own mind, because that is where the power really is.
Look, who cares what your mom thinks? So you pulled a Monica.
Good, I'm glad that's catching on.
Oh, but why does that have to be a bad thing? Just change what it means, you know? Go down there and prove your mother wrong. You finished the job you were hired to do, and we'll call that pulling a Monica.
What?
Okay, if a kid gets straight A's, his parents would say, yeah, you pulled a Monica. No? Or a fireman saves a baby, and they go, yeah, no, he pulled a Monica.
And I think Phoebe does have this sort of spirituality to her, the way she wants to see everything fulfill its destiny. You know, the bike that wants to be ridden.
Okay, this guitar wants to be played, and this bike wants to be ridden, and if you don't ride it, you're killing its spirit. The bike is dying.
All right. If you care enough to make up that load of crap, okay.
Great. You're making the bike very happy.
Okay, Ross.
Please don't die. And the trees that want to be celebrated as Christmas trees.
Wait. No, you don't want that one. No, you can have this cool brown one.
It's almost dead.
Okay, but that's why you have to buy it, so that it can fulfill its Christmas destiny. Otherwise, they're going to throw it into the chipper. Tell him, Joey.
I guess she sees herself in that like she wants to just live the life that she has now and live it to its fullest.
Oh my God! Merry Christmas!
And this unique perspective, you know, when baby Ben has 3 parents all kind of fighting amongst themselves, and she's like, what a lucky baby to have 3 parents who love him.
This is so great.
You want to explain that?
I mean, well, because when I was growing up, you know, my dad left and my mother died and my stepfather went to jail, so I've barely had enough pieces of parents to make one whole one. Like, here's this little baby who has like 3 whole parents who care about it so much that they're fighting over who gets to love it the most, and it's not even born yet. It's just the luckiest baby in the whole world.
Sometimes all you need is just that switch in perspective. I think that Phoebe has just such a gift to see the world in a beautiful way, and obviously Lisa Kudrow does too, because she was able to bring that aspect of Phoebe to life.
Okay, just breathe, that's it. Just try to think of nice, calm things.
Raindrops on roses and whispers and doorbells and sleigh bells and something with mittens. La la la, something with string.
I'm all better now.
I helped.
So thank you so much for hanging out with me today while I talk about why Phoebe is the best friend. And I hope that you'll join me for the future videos on Friends. We've got a few to go. And check out the others in the playlist if you'd like to. Anyway, thank you for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.